Hello students, we have started with the chapter Ionic Equilibria. In last lecture we have seen concept of acids and bases according to various theories like Arrhenius theory, Bronsted-Lowry theory and Lewis theory. Today we are going to see the next points from the chapter Ionic Equilibria. So the first point is amphoteric nature of water. Now what is amphoteric nature? Water has ability to act both as an acid and as a base. So we are going to see this amphoteric nature based on two examples. First, let us consider H2O reacts with NH3 and second example H2O reacting with HCl giving H3O plus Cl minus. See, in these two examples, in first water is reacting with ammonia forming OH minus and NH4 plus. So in this case what is happening? H2O is giving proton to ammonia. That means ammonia act as a base and H2O, water molecule which is giving proton, act as an acid. Now in the second example, see, water is reacting with HCl. So in this case what is the product? H3O plus and Cl minus. So HCl, hydrochloric acid, is giving proton to water. So HCl is what? It is a proton donor. So in this case HCl is proton donor, water is proton acceptor. So here water acts as a base. So when water react with base, it act as an acid, and when water react with acid, it act as a base. So this nature of water, in which water behaves as an acid as well as base, is called as amphoteric nature of water. Understood the concept? What is amphoteric nature? Water behaves both as an acid and a base. So this nature is called as amphoteric nature of water. Now the next point is dissociation constant. Now before finding out the dissociation constant, what we have to understand is there are various types, that is strong acids and bases and weak acids and bases based on extent of dissociation. What I said? There are two types. That means strong acids and bases and weak acids and bases. And this classification is based on what? it based on extent of dissociation. Now consider an example of HCl. Hydrochloric acid dissociates completely into solution and it will give H plus and Cl minus. Similarly, if we take example of NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, it will also dissociate to give Na plus and OH minus. So what happens here? This acid and base, their dissociation takes place completely. That is, complete dissociation into ions takes place. So these are examples of strong acids and bases. Now the second type is weak acids and bases. So for weak acids and bases, there is partial dissociation. That means if we take example of acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, it will dissociate partially to give CH3COO minus and H plus, acetate ion and H plus ion. Similarly, we can consider for base NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, it will form NH4 plus and OH minus. So in this case, there is a partial dissociation. That means NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, is forming NH4 and plus and OH minus ions. But all the molecules of NH4OH are not converted into these ions. Some molecules of NH4OH remains what? Undissociated. That means partial dissociation. So this is the example of weak acid and weak base. So this classification is based on their extent of dissociation. Now on that point, on the basis of extent of dissociation, strong acid, strong base, weak base. Next, what we have to find is dissociation constant for a given acid or base. Let us consider the example. Generally, weak acid is represented by Ha. So for Ha, partial dissociation takes place to form H plus and A minus. So Ha is what? It is a weak acid forming two ions H plus and A minus. So the dissociation constant for this acid Ka is given by the expression concentration of H plus into concentration of A minus divided by concentration of Ha. So this constant Ka is called as acid dissociation constant. What I said, Ha is weak acid giving H plus and A minus. So the constant for dissociation Ka is equal to H plus A minus divided by Ha, where Ka is what? Acid dissociation constant or dissociation constant for weak acid. Now next is dissociation constant for weak base. Weak base is expressed as BOH. So this BOH will dissociate as B plus and OH minus ions in aqueous solution. So dissociation constant for weak base is represented by symbol Kb. So what will be the expression? Kb is equal to concentration of B plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of BOH, and this constant is called as what? It is called as base dissociation constant. So what we have seen, dissociation constant for weak acid and weak base. Weak acid is represented as Ha and weak base is represented as BOH. So this much is clear to you. Now we'll start the next point. So next point is Ostwald dilution law. Ostwald's dilution law. So the Arrhenius theory, which we have seen in last lecture for acids and bases, that theory is more generalized by Ostwald, which explains the dissociation constant and degree of dissociation, the relationship between the two, dissociation constant and degree of dissociation. So for this there are two types of expressions different for weak acid and weak base. So first we will see expression for weak acid. Now consider Ha as a weak acid. So for Ha as a weak acid, dissociation will be H plus and A minus. Now, if 1 mole of Ha is present initially in V decimeter cube of solution, what I said, consider initial amount as 1 mole which is present in V decimeter cube of solution, that is volume is V decimeter cube, and suppose alpha is the amount dissociated. Dissociation of weak acid takes place and alpha is the amount dissociated. So alpha is what? It is degree of dissociation. So if alpha is the amount dissociated, what will be the amount which remains undissociated? That will be 1 minus alpha. See, initially 1 mole of weak acid is present and amount dissociated will be alpha. So 1 minus alpha will be amount which remains undissociated. So here we have to write amount at equilibrium for each term, that is Ha, H plus and A minus, for the derivation of this Ostwald's dilution law. So at equilibrium amount present will be 1 minus alpha. For H plus and A minus, what will be the amount present at equilibrium? It will be alpha, and for A minus also alpha, because this much amount is dissociated. Now next, concentration at equilibrium. So concentration means how much amount is present in a given volume. So the concentration at equilibrium will be 1 minus alpha divided by V. Here alpha divided by V, and then alpha divided by V. So next step will be writing down expression for dissociation constant. We have seen as dissociation constant Ka is H plus into A minus divided by Ha. That means concentration of each of these terms. So concentration of H plus is alpha upon V, A minus is alpha upon V, and Ha is 1 minus alpha divided by V. So substituting this, what we will get? Ka is equal to alpha divided by V into alpha divided by V, the whole divided by 1 minus alpha divided by V. So next, what will be the expression? Alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha into V. So this will be equation number 1. So here we got one expression, K is equal to alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha into V. Suppose C is the concentration in mole per decimeter cube in VDM cube volume of solution. C is the concentration in V decimeter cube volume of solution. Then 1 minus V will be equal to C, number of moles divided by volume, that is concentration. So C is equal to 1 upon V. So substituting this value of 1 upon V in equation 1, what we will get? Alpha square C divided by 1 minus alpha. So C substituting value for this 1 upon V is equal to C. So we will get Ka is equal to alpha square C divided by 1 minus alpha. So take it as equation number 2. Now for a weak acid, that is Ha, 1 minus alpha is approximately equal to 1 because it is a weak acid. So there is partial dissociation. So degree of dissociation, alpha is very low. So 1 minus alpha is almost taken as 1. So what will be the expression here? From equation 1 and 2, Ka will be, see here what we will get? Ka is equal to alpha square divided by V, and from equation 2 what we will get? Ka is equal to alpha square C. A is equal to alpha square divided by V and K is equal to alpha square C. So alpha is equal to what? Square root of Ka divided by V. and from this alpha is equal to square root of Ka into C, where Ka is what? Ka is dissociation constant. So what conclusion can be drawn from this Ostwald's dilution law is degree of dissociation of weak acid is inversely proportional to its volume of solution, and degree of dissociation of weak acid is directly proportional to concentration in mole per decimeter cube. So this is the derivation for Ostwald's dilution law for what? For weak acid. So same pattern is followed for weak base. So instead of HA, what we have to take? We have to take BOH, and there is difference in this constant. Instead of Ka for weak base, dissociation constant will be Kb. Okay. So this is the expression for Ostwald's dilution law. So what are the steps? First, we have to write down dissociation equilibrium, that is weak acid HA dissociates H plus into and A minus. Then 1 mole is present in V decimeter cube of solution, and alpha is amount dissociated. So amount undissociated will be 1 minus alpha, and what will be the values for H plus and A minus? It will be alpha, and from that equilibrium concentration we have to find. Then substitution of this equilibrium concentrations in the expression for dissociation constant. Then 1 upon V is equal to C. So substituting this value of 1 upon V, which is equal to C, in this expression 1. So we will get this expression number 2. Now for weak acid, 1 minus alpha is almost equal to 1. Therefore that equation 1 and 2 becomes Ka is equal to alpha square upon V, K is equal to alpha square C, and finally we will get the expression for degree of dissociation. Okay. Thank you.